So I recently watched Troll Hunter, which is a Norwegian film which was released in 2010 in Norway, and in 2011 it was given a sort of more worldwide general release. It's another found footage film, which is a film about people finding footage, funnily enough, similar to something like the Blair Witch Project, where we get to see through the video footage that the main characters filmed, and we get to see what became of them, and the whole film is told from a sort of first person perspective, from the camera person's point of view. However, the thing is with this film is that I think it's quite unique within the sort of documentary found footage genre. I hate to call it a documentary horror film because it's not particularly a horror film. It has horror elements, it's a monster movie. So it's certainly got one foot grounded in the horror genre, but it's not particularly scary. It's more of a kind of scathing indictment of bureaucracy, really. I mean, that's really what the film is about. Now, it follows three student filmmakers who are investigating local bear killings, where apparently in Norway, at least as the film states, only certain people are licensed to kill bears, and someone is doing it illegally. So these three documentary makers decide to investigate this, and as they're investigating this, they start to think that things aren't quite right with the evidence surrounding where the bears are and things like that, and they start getting told that there's this man called Hans who always seems to be around, and the people who do possess the proper licenses to kill bears think that he is a poacher and that he's killing them illegally. So the three documentary makers decide to stake out Hans' caravan, and when he goes out at night they follow him, and they follow him into the woods, and when they follow him into the woods, lo and behold, they're presented with a massive troll who wants to eat and kill everything in its path even. And the film continues as Hans actually is a troll hunter. He is fed up of the way he is treated by people up in the top, and the fact that he has to do this really sort of dirty, dangerous job. And you also get a feeling that he's quite sort of conflicted about what he does, killing these creatures. So he's been employed by the government to exterminate trolls when they leave their natural habitat and start killing people and all that sort of stuff. And when they kill someone, they blame it on a bear and put a dead bear in the place where it took place. So that's the story of it. It's these three documentary filmmakers following this troll hunter around. We get to see a whole bunch of trolls. They're all different. They're all really great. You know, I really loved the effects in this film, which is strange for me because it's CG, and it's not like incredibly amazing CG, but it's, when I say it's not amazing, it's not like wow they're there. It's more they have a sort of fairy tale aesthetic to them, and that's what I really loved about it. You know, when I was a kid, one of my favourite stories was the Billy Goat's Gruff, and that's a story about three goats that try to get over a bridge, and there's a troll sitting under the bridge, and those sorts of fairy tales and stories are really hardwired into this film. It is really unique within the found footage genre because it has a really quirky sense of humour, and that is really the film's greatest strength. The fact that all the actors try to sort of play it seriously, but they obviously play it with a great comic touch, and there's some great deadpan performances. And Hans especially is just, I'm not going to try and pronounce the actors and actresses' names because I would fail badly, but they were all really, really good. I think especially the actor that played Hans and Thomas. So yeah, it's a really enjoyable film. The action scenes are really well put together. There's great tension in some of the scenes. There's a scene where they're trapped in this cave and there's a whole bunch of trolls inside the cave and they try to hide from them. It's really, really great. And we also get this like totally epic ending as well, you know, sort of surrounding the troll hunter, and you know, I really, really enjoyed that. I think that the film manages to take the fairy tale elements of the Troll, manages to take what's best about the found footage genre, a genre which very rarely is done properly, and it melds them together with this brilliant Nordic wit and humour, and it's just a great mix. You've not really to take it seriously, it's just a film to be enjoyed. It's not entirely frightening, but it's exciting, and more than anything else, what surprised myself is that the most interesting parts in the film were not when the trolls were turning up. The most interesting parts of the film were when the characters were interacting with one another, and really when Hans was sort of talking about his job, what he does, the things he doesn't like about it, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. I love the fact that they work in lore about the trolls. There's scenes where Hans is talking about what the trolls are, where they come from, why they are the way they are. Really great, really enjoyed all of that, and it's not too heavy, it doesn't go into it in too much depth, just right, just enough. So I would definitely recommend Troll Hunter. I would go and check it out, and I'm going to talk a little bit now about the ending of the film, so it's going to be spoilers from now on, so if you haven't watched the film, turn away now. Also turn your computer off, not your computer off, just exit the video. That's what you want to do if you haven't watched this film yet. Now, major spoilers. So I really like the idea of the documentary filmmaker being infected with rabies, and the reason I really liked it is as soon as he was bitten, and as soon as they started obviously playing that up, you thought this is going to go like Cloverfield and so many other films where someone's infected and they're going to turn into something, or you know, but they didn't. They brought in this whole idea that the trolls had been infected with rabies, and that's why they were all going absolutely crazy, and that the presenter had also been infected by it. I think the ending to the film where you see the troll hunter, where he says to them, "This is the last time you'll see me, you know, keep going that way, you'll reach a highway and just keep on going," and he just like walks up to like this huge, like 200 feet tall troll, you know, and he just goes to take it on, and it's like, yeah, I'm having that in a big way. It was brilliantly done. The ending, the only criticism I would have of it is the ending where it says that, oh, these people were never found again and all that sort of stuff. They didn't really show the they didn't really emphasise the fact that the bureaucratic side of it would be dangerous, like sort of X-Files dangerous, but that's obviously implied at the end of the film. But they didn't really build on that. You never thought that the documentary filmmakers were in any danger other than from the trolls, and I think that the ending with that, where it said they weren't found again, was felt a little bit tacked on, simply because that hadn't been established really. They had been established as a bit of a joke, which I kind of liked. I liked the fact that, you know, you've got all these cover-ups that people talk about all the time, and you had these guys that were involved in orchestrating the cover-up, and they were all pretty rubbish at their job, you know, and I kind of got a kick out of that. Anyway, so that's Troll Hunter. Definitely go and check it out. It's a fantastic film, and yeah, go check it out once again. Now where's the off button? Oh, it's here, and I'll be back tomorrow with other videos.